All right, thanks, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Memphis Hounds. The first quarter of the season already in the rearview mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports. First carry for Darius Geis, and this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe need some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double-team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
On first down, this is Geis. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball, and sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running routes with confidence as the game goes on.
And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 4. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going.
Detroit! Back 99 Philly, here we go! Detroit!
They'll look to throw now on first down. Dancing to his left. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. A good pick up there of 20 yards.
Well, I know from past experience, before you actually play a game, you visualize what's going to happen. And I don't know anyone who doesn't visualize themselves being in the center of what's going on. That's 3 catches for him here in the early going. He's got to like the way this has started.
Absolutely. 3 catches on any drive is good. Opening drive, that's a tone setter. He'll get this out to his running back, Pirine. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing, but 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it, they love it, because now everyone gets locked in. The confidence jumps up. Everyone's easy about what they're doing out there. And by the way, they're looking at the sideline thinking to themselves and expressing, let's keep throwing it. We're doing pretty well.
Geis, they'll try to run it. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Darius Geis, his 2nd. Bucs take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. This is a crew. They've come out flat their last 2 games, both losses, but just judging by the energy level, they look different here early, and that touchdown shows how.
Yeah, it seems to me that touchdown gets them off the treadmill. Because, you know, you've been on the treadmill. I've seen you work out. You go forever and ever, and it tells you've gone somewhere, but you really have. You're in the same spot. They've exchanged it for an escalator. Still got some hills to climb, but they can get there.
These are good analogies. I run outside sometimes, though. You know, get some fresh air, a little sun on your face.
A little wind in there.
Yeah, that's right. They'll run it now out of the gun. Takes it to the 26, just a 1-yard gain.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up the score.
Man open, that's Calvin Ridley. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he stopped immediately there. Tackle made that time by Vita Vea.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Here's Lauletta now on 2nd. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. Now a play fake, and it's Lauletta. And he's got a man, Calvin Ridley. 15 yards through the air and a 1st down. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, you know, I mean, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 11 more on that one and another 1st down. From the red zone now, Lauletta. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22.
It's interesting, partner, that most defenses try and guard the 35-yard line actively because they think the way kickers are nowadays, about a 52-yard field goal, they're kind of giving up points. But you get even deeper into territory, you get into the red zone, they're going to guard it even more, which means more pressure, more blitzing.
Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17.
Gone!
A shotgun snap to Lauletta. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off down at the 10. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
They start on the ground with Geis. Despite some fast footwork, he's still wrangled down shy of the 15. Tackle made there by Buda Baker.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's the Bucs in possession of the football as we begin the 2nd quarter. They've got it 2nd and 6 to start things out. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. They'll drop it off to Pirine, complete. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard. They'll set up to throw. And this results in 6. Touchdown. Extra point forthcoming. Extra point splits the uprights, and we are tied at 7. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. And Tampa Bay trots out there now.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
After the pick six, they go right back to the air. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
Detroit! Detroit!
Here's Lauletta after the interception. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
Detroit! Now let's go! Green 39! Green 39!
Out of the gun, Lauletta. Throw right side, caught by Ridley. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. That'll give him 60 yards receiving now as he's got a first down. On 1st and 10, Lauletta. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Vernon Hargraves with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, they thought they were going to break the tie. The defense had other plans. They were already in field goal range. But boom, an interception.
I don't know if this was a case of being a little bit too greedy with the opportunity to put points on the board, but give credit to the guys on the defensive side. Hung in there, battled, and made a key play.
There's the Penn State man. It's Chris Godwin. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And this is going to go the other way. The defense has it. Well, he did what he's known for. He made the catch, then he turned into a runner, took the contact, and coughed it up.
And all I remember as a player, when they catch the ball, when those acrobatic guys catch it, you have to make them pay sometimes. You have to put it on them, big tackle, knock the ball free. Anything you can do to slow them down.
Now they try the right side here. They showed off a nice juke of the defender before the next wave could bring him down. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
Watch it now, Barney! Barney! Gun! 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 Gun!
They'll fake it. Now Lauletta. And down he goes. A Buccaneer sack. Well, you don't usually get a sack from a nose tackle spot, but we got one there.
No, we don't, and a lot of the times in passing situations, they end up off the field anyway. So how happy was he to work his way back to the quarterback and put him on the ground? He's going to end up with a nickname after something like that, some Big Jelly or something like that.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. We'll give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now a play fake here on first down. And he will find Ridley on the left side. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again. This quarterback now hitting on 80% of his passes in the early going. 8 of 10. It's first down. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Bird. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. Only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. And the play clock running very low, so Dan Quinn decides to call for a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Now here's Lawletta. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. A nice little screen. They get 6 on first down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Here we go now. 3-19. 3-19.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to work his way down to the 16. A sizable gain there, 9 yards as they get it back to a 3rd and 5.
But you've got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Oh, a nice spin. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. It's a gain of 5, and now the question, will the offense stay out there on 4th and 1? Two minutes to play in a tightly contested first half. Back with more after this. And no signs of the field goal unit. They're going for it on 4th down.
No. Check. Patriot.
Now a handoff looking right. And they are going to stop him on 4th and 1 as they'll wind up going backwards. Dan Quinn's guys unable to come through there on 4th down. And the Buccaneers defense holds and they get the football back. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. That's caught by the big tight end, O.J. Howard. He's at the 40. And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 64 yards. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Flush to his right. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And he hauls it in for the Buccaneer touchdown. As his guys are in for 6. And the Bucs are able to strike for 6. And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle third of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening. But they found the opening and exploited it.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. And here now the offense heading back out there. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go-around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit if they're in the same spot again.
Yeah, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. Lauletta, he'll look to throw. Allen, nifty footwork. Throw left side complete. That's Allen. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. And before they can run this third down play, we're going to get a timeout, as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. The offense on third down, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Lauletta from the 50. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Carlton Davis picks it. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line.
This interception will go on the record of the quarterback. But as a receiver, you've got to understand where you are in the field. Middle portion, you know it's going to come in hot. Square your body to the quarterback and be ready to make the catch.
Just over 30 seconds to go in the half. They've got it 1st and 10. And the drive begins with a run by Geis. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid game. The disadvantage of blitzing.
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. Now a signal and a timeout call, as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. From the gun, here's Lauletta. And he gets this one to Ridley complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Buccaneers out on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Now this offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. And now the Bucs deciding to take a timeout defensively. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. Lauletta looking to throw on second down. And that'll be incomplete.
The effort's always going to be there. Everyone's always going to try and make a catch, but underthrown balls, I think, are the toughest ones to come back and get because usually your momentum's going in the opposite direction when you're trying to stop, break, and come back and get it.
They tried to throw on second down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky.
Ito Smith, his first carry. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. The 13 yards that time of the first.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that first. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Levante David. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
All right, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
They'll try to get this running game going with Geis. Stops shy of the 45. Showed off a nice little move on the play, though. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. To throw. Flushed out right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Deion Jones in there to get him for a loss of a yard. And it'll bring up 3rd down. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. He'll check it down to Geis. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. All told, it's an even 30 and a first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Buccaneers here finding a way to stretch their lead. A good, sustained drive there in this 3rd quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. So out now comes the offense back onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Oh, he fakes the spike. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. They go play action here on first down. And nearly another interception. They've been around the ball all game.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. So second down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. They'll fake the handoff. Now Lauletta. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. A really nice gain of 25 yards. It's Lauletta off play action. And he will find Ridley. That's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again. From the red zone now, Lauletta steps away. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up second down.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry? Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of, otherwise he was going to get sacked.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. A solid pickup at 13 sets him up first and goal. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3.
Every team we ever talk to that continues to run the ball in a game, even when they haven't had much success, all talks about attrition, don't they? If you keep running it, eventually good things are likely to happen. It's been a hard go in this game today, hasn't it?
Yeah, this defense, they've met pretty much every challenge in front of them this afternoon.
They're still trying to run the ball, but they're not.
And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. Kyle Lauletta with touchdown number 8 on the year. And his guys have made this a one-score game now. So with 2nd and goal, still had a couple of downs to work with. They tried to sneak, and they got in.
I like the idea that they did it early in the down and distance count. 2nd down as opposed to waiting later on. I think it fooled them a little bit, but how about the push they got up front to get the quarterback through?
Big push and a touchdown to boot. Extra point attempt here still to come. Extra point right down the middle. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Here we go now.
Now back to throw. To the right side and complete to Hurst. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
The Bucs on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6.
3-19.
They'll drop to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Eli Apple. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory.
Detroit! 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 Detroit!
Here's Lauletta after the interception. This one caught by Ridley. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. Out of the gun, Lauletta. And that one incomplete. They try to sneak in a deep ball with the clock running down, but to no avail as time will expire on this 3rd quarter of play. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass.
Detroit! Detroit! Now let's go! Green 39! Green 39! Gone! 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 Gone!
A shotgun snap to Lauletta. He's going to float this one deep right side. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And he will take it in for the touchdown. Calvin Ridley, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And his guys are an extra point away from tying this thing up. And now a critical extra point attempt here. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this 4th quarter. That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. And the Buccaneers getting ready to go as they take the field. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Over the middle, he finds Godwin complete. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a 1st down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to take this one down to about the 46-yard line. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. This quarterback now 5 straight completions here in this 2nd half. 1st and 10.
Hurry up, here we go.
They'll look to throw here. Off to Geis on the screen. And he'll get nothing out of that one. No gain on the screen there. It's 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained. So they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or 2 miss, but that window closed quickly. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. Eli Apple up from his corner spot to make the play.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
The Bucs on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 9.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue, line it.
He'll look to throw. Forced out to his left. Now he's going to send this one deep right side. And this is going to be intercepted. Buda Baker with a pick. And the return will stop right around the 25.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
Now they try the right side here. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's Lauletta now on 2nd. Throw right side, caught by Ridley. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
No, check. Patriot. Leopard.
They'll try and run for it with Smith. They give him 12 yards and a first down.
You have to control the guy playing over the nose in order to run the ball up the middle against a 3-4, and they did that very well on that play. And that hurts the linebackers because what they're counting on, especially the guys in the middle, is that nose taking on 2, sometimes 3 blockers, eating those guys up and allowing the linebackers to run free and make a play. But when they control the nose, it allows other guys to get upfield to that 2nd level and block the linebackers. And now the running back's got some room to run.
And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. He got 29 yards that time.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
They'll run it now. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
A field goal could get him the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to ball his way down to about the 1-yard line. A good pickup there, 7 yards, and it's going to be 2nd and goal now. Now, what's the thinking here? Because a touchdown would be nice, but you've ensured yourself a chance at 3 in the lead, so how worried are you about the 6?
You're not very worried about if you're confident in your kicker. And if you got a kicker who can put it through the post, you feel really good about trying to bleed that clock down. In an ideal scenario, your kicker puts it through the post as the clock hits zeros.
Easy work. It's easy work, and it's coming again.
Time for a break. We'll come back and see how it all shakes out after this. Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. They come out here in the eye. They'll try and sneak it here. And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. Kyle Lauletta, his 3rd touchdown of the game, 10th on the year. And his guys are going to take the lead. Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. Point after, right down the middle. And they will take a 7-point lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
A good pickup there, a 22. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
They'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the second quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
He's back to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And his throw's going to be incomplete. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
Back to throw. Buying time to his left. He's going to let it fly. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And it's a good return here as he'll get all the way up close to the 35. What a nightmarish game he's having now. 6 interceptions that he has thrown.
Absolutely unbelievable, isn't it? Hard to believe we're watching this and have seen it. But it just tells you about the game of football. It giveth and it taketh away.
Yeah, the guys, though, that have thrown 6 interceptions in a game, the likes of Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, I think Joe Namath, he did it 3 times. Instead of a run, Lauletta wants to throw it. Over the middle, that's caught by Ridley. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage.
All right, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90. Gone.
Lauletta now to throw. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. Now Lauletta. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And he's got a man, Calvin Ridley. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. A big gain there, and that should certainly be enough to put this one in the win column. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. He gets this down to the 3, but no further. Brought the great move out of the bag, but couldn't do a ton with it. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
He'll get it up the middle. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal.
Watch it now, Barney. Barney.
They'll run it now out of the gun. No gain on the play that time, so a big stop, and it's going to leave them with a 4th and goal.
Now, this feels like old-school football because this has turned into a good old-fashioned goal line stand.
And down he goes, a Buccaneer sack.